Good morning. I hope everybody's doing okay. Look, my natural state, not bad for pushing my age. Anyway, only Patricia Lee knows why I have this cap on, right, Patricia? So anyway, full moon is approaching. This video might be a little long. Full moon is approaching, so we need to get ready for it, right? So this is going to go out with the full moon. That's an elixir that I'm making because I do make elixirs. And those are things that you drink. And of course, glass water bottle full of water. You know, you're going to put that stuff either outside or put it in a window where the full moon's going to hit it. This, I don't think I'll put outside, but she needs to be charged. Anyway, my whole purpose for the video this morning is because I set up grids, crystal grids. When I'm working with my New Jersey team, which I wish I lived closer to be with them all the time, I set up grids if Frank asked me to. Sometimes people will request a stone grid, so I'll set it up for them. As a matter of fact, I have a friend that's going to need one next month when they make their transition, and I forgot all about it. I don't know why I didn't think to do a protection grid for somebody that needs a protection grid. I didn't think about that. I don't know why it didn't click, but it clicked this morning, so I'll be reaching out to you in a little while to talk to you about it, or at least message you about it. So stone grids is not something that you can't just throw it together. You know what I mean? These grids are set with intentions. And when people come into my house, they know not to touch my stuff. Don't put your hands on any stones on my stuff because it's set with certain things. And God forbid if you steal one, because I'll know. I have stones galore, but I know my damn stones. So anyway, this grid, I've already picked out the stones. I've already sent intentions to the grid for y'all. So, but I'm going to show you the grid and the placement of what I'm doing. So that way, when full moon comes, y'all can focus on the grid, take a picture of it, focus on the grid, or just come to my page and focus on the grid. And then whatever you're manifesting with this full moon, you know, that's what you're going to do. You're going to manifest, because people are like, well, how come this isn't coming true? Well, first, you know, universe works in its time, not yours. It ain't going to work in your time. So I hope my phone don't fall because it's very hard to hold this up. So whatever you're wanting to manifest, whether it's the career, prosperity, health, things like that, that's what you're going to do with this full moon. So I'm going to flip the camera around so it's easier for me to hold my phone. I hope I can, because my phone, I told y'all, ever since Pamplin Park, it has not been the same. And I got a new phone coming in, thank God, because I'm tired of holding this onto a charger. So hold on. All right, so here we see the grid. See my beautiful crystal ball, third eye sister? Oh, love it. I see spirit in there. I can't gaze in that very often because stuff pops up in there. But anyway, that is the grid. Can y'all see that? Because I'm going to take a picture of it later. And I have certain stones set out for it already. But before, I just wanted to give y'all a general idea of what I did. Because this is like for prosperity and you know, money magnet, that type of deal. So I always pretty much keep that. And I have my own stuff as far as what I'm manifesting, but I'm going to do that along with this grid and then set my other grid back up, if that makes sense. So anyway, for fame and reputation, this is not carnelian. I'm drawing a blank now. Yeah, it is carnelian. I'm sorry. Carnelian, and it is like one of the most luckiest stones. I don't know why it's going so blurry. Maybe I'm too close. This is one of the most luckiest stones that a person can get because it really covers everything. And this is a really nice piece of carnelian. So I'm placing it under the fame and reputation since it's one of the luckiest stones. So if you know anybody that's Mr. Lucky, I do, they need to be carrying that because then you can find all kinds of stuff. So there's your carnelian. And then relationships. Now, let's talk a little bit about that. Amethyst, I call it a mediator stone. And the reason why it's considered that is because for some reason when people eyeball that stone or look at it, it kind of calms them down. So if you're in situations, let's say you're under a lot of controversy and let's say you have arguments or you and your spouse are arguing over things, or, just things like that. You want to break out your amethyst and put it on your kitchen table or wherever y'all sit at or talk at, because it is a mediator stone and it does calm things. When I used to work probation, I used to keep a chunk of that on my desk, and I could have the angriest person come into my office and they would look at that stone and be like, what is that? So that was kind of like a conversation breaker for me, because it's a mediator stone, and then they would calm down. When you see crystals, people just calm down, so I put that there for relationships because, it depends on what the relationship is. It could be, you could have some tension with a teacher or something, or, your kid has certain needs or special needs, like Victor. He's got certain things that goes on, with his IEP and stuff like that. And this is actually his stone. So I stole it from him, but it's his favorite stone, and it calms him down. If you got kids that have certain things, I keep drawing blanks, but you know what I'm talking about. Help me out. Anything going on with kids, this particular stone will calm them down, and so will rose quartz. Creativity in children. Rose quartz is the love stone, y'all. I mean, bottom line, if you got somebody that's going through something and they're really hurting, or, that's your heart chakra stone right here. So if somebody is hurting or grieving, or, just that heart chakra is shut down, that's the stone that you want to give to them, because it is I call it the love stone, and that's what it's known for. But it's also good for children, and, some of the things that they go through, because, children, they're not under the amount of stress that we're under, but they're just under a different amount of stress. You know what I mean? Like Victor has a lot of stress with school, believe it or not, with people that are just flat out bullies, So, those are good stone. This is a good stone to have. Now, for travel, I always tell people when they're traveling to put some turquoise in their glove compartment. I keep it in mine. It's a safety stone for that. So it's supposed to protect you when you're traveling. So if you don't have turquoise, get some. Good morning. Get some, because it's specifically for that. And I know a lot of people that travel. Look, and malachite is good for it too, but I like turquoise when traveling. Dr. White gave me this. Isn't it pretty? So we're going to kind of set little Mr. Fishy on the grid. I think I need to get a cat statue stone. That would work. I need to add that to my collection. For career, we're going to use sodalite, because that's going to help if somebody's going through career changes. I know a couple people that are going to be going through some career changes, so sodalite would be a good thing for you to wear, but it's something that we would be manifesting on this beautiful little grid. And then for self-knowledge, I've always used crystal quartz, clear quartz, just flat out clear quartz, because clear quartz is something that is going to give you clarity on things. So what I tell people is, when I say it's time to do third eye work, like for the full moon out here, if the weather is permittable, you want to sit out and let that full moon hit that third eye is what you want to do. At least I can do that. Some people say they can't do that because it bothers them too much, but I do. Or I will take this little stone right here and I will lay it right on my third eye and close my eyes. When you do stuff like that every day, y'all, for people that are interested in getting in touch with your intuition and things like that, that is one of the best things that you can do, is just close your eyes and push your eyes up in between your eyes and see what you see. A lot of people will tell me when they start working with me on this, they will see colors. And then eventually I've had a couple people tell me they see their little window, because there is a little window there, but you just got to get to it. Now, I'm fortunate enough, and I'm sure my third eye sister is too, where you can see the rotation of that chakra. I know I can. I can tell if it's fast. I can tell if it's slow. But it's energy work, and it's not something that you pick and choose to do. Well, I'm going to pick it up today, but I don't have time for it tomorrow. You have to live it and you have to breathe it. I can't stress that enough. And it's the same thing with Reiki, y'all. Not to get off the subject, but you get people, these pop-up, I call them pop-up Reiki masters, because they go out, take a couple classes, and, oh, we're ready to go work on people. But no. You know, if you're not Reikiing yourself every day, a couple times a day, and if you're not living it really and breathing it, and you're just doing it to make a buck, please get out of that career, because you're working on other people. You know, and you got to know what your energy feels like before you can be putting hands on other people. And if you got so much crap going on, you really don't want to, you just need to get yourself straight first. You know what I mean? Get that self straight first. Do some self-love, and I'm sure Third Eye agrees with me on that. Give yourself some self-love before you start touching other people, because you're taking energy from the universe through you into them. So anyway, you know, but anyway, back to clear quartz. I use it for clarity. I always have. Now this little unique piece right here has all the chakras on it. And I put it down here for health and family, because it'll keep your chakras nice and balanced. So if you're going through that where chakras are feeling a little bit unbalanced, then that is, you know, something that you need to be focusing on. Prosperity and wealth. I got several stones for that. One I stole from Victor because he loved it so much I had to take it. So we have citrine. That's a citrine cluster right there. Can y'all see it? Tiger's eye. Now, Tiger's eye is not just for prosperity and wealth. It has a lot of good properties to it. Children, it's a good stone for children. If you get children that have special gifts, kind of like the gifts I do, you want to start them off with Tiger's eye, because it's a very gentle stone for them. So is rose quartz, but Tiger's eye is more of a protection type stone. So sometimes black tourmaline and things like that are too strong for kids. So, you know, I've run across a lot of people that bring their kids to do Reiki with me. And if they have that ability like I have, then I let the parent know, you know, and this is the stone that you need to get. So, because I do crystal work in with my Reiki as well. So I've incorporated quite a few things with Reiki. This right here is, I call it, it's pyrite, but it's fool's gold. That's why Victor stole it. He stole it out of my collection, and I found it in his little crystal bowl. So as long as he has it there, I'm good. You know, and cinnabar. Oh my gosh. If you don't have cinnabar, now the cinnabar I'll keep out for a little while, but it does have a poisonous level to it. So I do, I put that, when I'm done using cinnabar, I will put cinnabar back in my collection of trinkets back behind me, because it can be a dangerous stone. You don't want it in the wrong hands of somebody. So that's going to go up on the grid for, you know, your prosperity. So, and then of course we always got to have our little piece of jade there with good luck Buddha, you know, and then I'll kind of put a few more stones on it. But I wanted to give y'all a general idea how I set these grids up. And like I said, it's not something, this has been planned out, and I've taken over an hour today, more than that, just this morning alone, to try to get this the way that it needs to be for when full moon comes. So when I finish it, and I'm burning incense with it too. Most of the time I burn things like palo wood and sage. I know Eve just stepped out. The lady that gave me this little piece right here, this wooden piece, she had it like made in France. But anyway, she just stepped out and said, get that ashes off of my table, because she was very picky with this, and I don't want her haunting me. But anyway, once I get this I'll get it out in a minute. Once I get this, oh my God, really? Oh, hold on, y'all. Oh goodness. Like, she is like so freaking, I'm sorry. Like the lady that I got this from passed away. So this was given to me, and it was hers. And she was very particular about certain things being set up on this piece, which, if y'all can see it, I can understand. It has a lot of sentimental value to it. So some ashes from my incense fell, and immediately she came in behind me and said, get that off of there. Like, the kids know not to put their water up here or anything, because she would immediately step out behind me and push, like, get it off, get it off, get it off, because she could be pushy. So I had to wipe that off. All right, it's gone now. Goodness. So anyway, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take a picture of it, And then I will be putting it out there so y'all kind of gaze at it. And during full moon, I'm going to put out a few things also to work on your third eye, because there are third eye exercises that you can do. And I will be working with y'all on that too. So anyway, I hope that this is helpful to people. Just know that you can't throw grids together. You have to really take your time with it. You really have to focus on it and send good intentions to it, and then see what comes back from the universe to you. So I'll get this a little bit more organized, and I hope that y'all enjoy this. I really appreciate your support, and the friendship that I have with people that, support what I have instead of downing what I have. That makes me feel really good that I got people out there that do that. So I hope that y'all have a great day. I'll be posting a picture of my grids later, and y'all take good care of yourselves. And full moon starts tomorrow, but the energy is getting very strong already. It's been that way for a couple days. All right, y'all, enjoy.